I've seen players leave our club when they've been successful at United and go to Real Madrid and why it's such a compelling offer. And he wants to basically sort of fly from the nest and basically prove himself on one of the greatest football clubs in the world. So I get it if he went and did that. What I would say is it's that balance, Rebecca, between the send-off versus basically the story ending on a negative before the trophy lift and everyone's talking about Trent leaving rather than talking about the success of the team and the collective. And I'm not quite sure at this moment. I mean, I feel that they might go quiet and not announce it till after the trophy lift, but I hope you're right, to be fair, because I'd like to see him get a send-off and, you know, people respect what he's done.
We'll get back to Gary in just a quick second, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification button so that you know when the next Big D Talks Football hits. And as ever, if something is on your mind, if something is bubbling up inside of you that you need to express, please express it in the comments. Big D reads all of the comments and he's always interested in what is on your mind. Anyway, in this clip, Gary Neville is going to be discussing Trent Alexander-Arnold's impending move from Liverpool. Now that Liverpool have won the league officially, should they announce that he's going to leave, or should they wait until the trophy presentation? Well, or is it the trophy parade or whatever? Gary has his thoughts on that. Stick around for after the clip because the Big D have a little chat with you about what he thinks too. Anyway, here's Gary.
You mentioned the three big players there. We know Salah, we know Virgil van Dijk. Every time the camera went on Trent at the end of that game, you know, it was like, what are his facial expressions? You know, he was being pushed to the crowd and then it was really difficult to read. Do you think because now they've won the league, there's no excuse? He has to now tell us, doesn't he? He has to tell the Liverpool fans now. He can't say we're concentrating on my football.
Me, as a broadcaster and in the media, I can say, yeah, I think he's got no reason now not to tell us what he's doing. But if I'm Liverpool Football Club, if I'm my teammates in the dressing room who, to be fair, don't want the story in the next couple of weeks before that trophy lift to be about a player leaving, they want it to be about actually the success that the team have achieved this season, about what the manager's done, I'm not sure Liverpool will let him actually announce it, even if he wanted to, in the next couple of weeks, because I think they'll want to get to that trophy lift and then probably a few days after that in the mid. I know it's not ideal for us, and it's something that I'm. But
it's not fair on him, is it? I mean, he deserve a send off. I feel like maybe they should give the penultimate Anfield game to him, and then the final game for the trophy. They should get together as grown-ups and say, right, Trent, penultimate game, you're going. We'll give you a massive send off, and then we'll do the trophy. You can't have him like
look. Am I close enough to it? Probably not. I'm not quite sure that when he announces he's leaving, that it'll be sort of what would be open top bus ride sort of send off mode for Trent.
They loved him at the weekend. They did love him, Gary. I feel like they want to say goodbye.
Yeah, well, you're feeling slightly different than me on it. Maybe they do, and if they do, and that's the sentiment, we'll see, and hopefully that is the case. I'd like it to be a mature ending, if it is going to be an ending, because I think he deserves it. I think I can see why he's going to Real Madrid. It's a compelling club. You know, David Beckham, my best mate, went to Real Madrid from what was a very successful Manchester United team back in the early 2000s. So I get this. Ronaldo went in 2009. Ruud van Nistelrooy went in 2005-06. I've seen players leave our club when they've been successful at United and go to Real Madrid and why it's such a compelling offer. And he wants to basically sort of fly from the nest and basically prove himself on one of the greatest football clubs in the world. So I get it if he went and did that. What I would say is it's that balance, Rebecca, between the send-off versus basically the story ending on a negative before the trophy lift and everyone's talking about Trent leaving rather than talking about the success of the team and the collective. And I'm not quite sure at this moment. I mean, I feel that they might go quiet and not announce it till after the trophy lift, but I hope you're right, to be fair, because I'd like to see him get a send-off and, you know, people respect what he's done.
Yeah, I mean, I think personally, yeah, I can understand why they wouldn't announce that he's leaving until after the season's over and after they've lifted the trophy and all of that kind of thing. Man United never used to sort of announce anyone leaving until after the season was said and done. You know, Gary famously mentions David Beckham there, and I remember in 2003 when David Beckham, you know, it's Willie, won't he? You know, he'd been brewing for months leading up to the end of the season, and I remember his final game, it was against Everton away, where we lifted the title. And he scored on that day as well. And I mean, it hadn't been announced, but he he must have had talks prior to that, because it wasn't long after that when he actually signed for Real Madrid. And I don't know, it might have been better if... See, there's two minds to that, you see, because like as a Man United fan, when it came to David Beckham was one of my favourite players, and he was brilliant. He was brilliant. So it would have been nice for him to have gotten a send-off. But Fergie was never like that. He was never sentimental like that, especially when he wanted to get rid of someone. And he wanted to get rid of David Beckham back then. So I can understand why Ferguson did it. Whereas in today's game with Trent Alexander-Arnold, there doesn't seem to be any bad blood there. And I don't see any reason why he can't, or Liverpool can't, announce that he's actually going to be leaving. And, you know, it's his chance to say goodbye to the fans. So, I mean, in this specific instance, I don't think Liverpool are gaining anything from not saying anything until after they've lifted the trophy, because up until it's announced, even when they are lifting the trophy, it's going to be a will he, won't he? I mean, you know, the commentators are going to be talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold and, you know, where's he going, when's it going to be announced, while they're lifting the trophy. So why don't they just say what's going to happen, and then everyone can get everything off their chest, and then, you know, they can concentrate on, you know, just enjoying the moment. And you can say his goodbyes. Liverpool fans can say their goodbyes. I doubt that they're going to boo him. I'd be very surprised if they did. And I think it would be bad form if the Scousers did boo Trent Alexander-Arnold. So, yeah, I say announce it now, or, you know, before the trophy lift and all the presentation and all of that, and then get it out of the way, sweep it under the carpet, and then concentrate on just enjoying the final few weeks of his Liverpool career and lifting that title. So there's no harm in that at all. But anyway, what do you think? Should Liverpool keep it quiet until after the season's said and done and after they've lifted the title? Or do you think they should just get it over with and, you know, pull the band-aid off now, so to speak, very quickly? Thoughts in the comments, and the Big D will see you in the next